Right, so let's move to another aspect of fashion. This time we're hitting the runway. It's time for the fashion show organized by designer Feyi Adeyemi. She's a creative director of Luxury by Feyi. This event brought together fashion icons.
Yeah, also on the show, fashion icon Alaja Abafolawiyo was honored for her contribution to the industry.
All right, so if it's about fashion, you know I love it and I know you love it, so enjoy this one.
The Nigerian fashion industry has continued to get a boost, with creative ideas being turned into reality by designers who are determined to take the Nigerian fashion industry to the next level. It's yet another day for fashion lovers to see a rich display of creativity at its finest at this fashion show, organized by designer Feyi Adeyemi. It's an exclusive event and all the guests are having an amazing time as it gets underway. They start by admiring collections, and on the other hand, the models are already giving life to the designs.
Please come through, everyone. The white collection is on. The models are looking absolutely stunning.
The runway boasts of different styles, patterns, colors and cuts, traditional and contemporary designs, and so much more to the delight of the guests.
Thank you so much, everyone. The white collection, the white collection.
Any of my design, my environment inspire it. Then, and two, I love working with lace. So I think the combination of my environment and lace just gave me this design. Because I notice everybody's working with African print and I want to do something different here. So I'd rather go with lace.
Luxe Meets Modest is the name of the collection, which caters for women of all sizes and shapes.
Please feel free to go to the back. We have a lot of things for you to buy, a lot of clothes, a lot of designs.
Very lacy, very contemporary. I think they're nice. They're nice.
They're doing amazing things, you know, and I would say personally that maybe 60% of what I wear is made locally. You know, sometimes I go out and stumble into something, but I take things from here to go and wear outside. I'm very proud of the industry. There's tremendous improvement.
Lace dominates the fabrics used by the designer, giving that extra touch of class.
Nigerian fashion industry, you know, I believe we can compete with some of the best. I believe we can compete with the rest of the world. We are at a stage now, you know, just by Feyi Adeyemi being over here, Feyi Shola Adeyemi being over here, you know, she's showing you that being in the diaspora doesn't really mean anything. It means that we can mingle and we can intertwine with the international market, but still represent Africa and still represent Nigeria.
I love the fact that she's playing with a lot of lace. Like when I think of lace, I usually think of like Yoruba or like Ashwebi, you know. But she brought it with a lot of, you know, style, glam. So yeah, brilliant.
Fashion industry is a lot of competition. It's just like the acting world. But with her work, it will speak for her. If you have good designs, wherever you are, people will find you. They'll always come for you.
Everyone here agree on one thing, that the fashion industry is growing and the designers are working hard, but more support is needed.
We need the government to come up with some rules and regulations that would really back, you know, the industry and support the designers, the manufacturers. That's what we're looking at. It's not so much, we don't have any problem about people being creative. You have a lot of very young people, very young creative people, very young, you know, vibrant creative minds out there. But what we're saying is that they need a platform. They need to sell these clothes. They don't need to have people copying them. They need to be original. People need to wear them. People need to acknowledge, you know, the designers. And then we also need, you know, that relationship with the government.
So it's time. We need a knife, please.
Fashion icon Princess Abba Folawiyo recently clocked 75, so the event was yet another opportunity to honor her for her contribution to the industry.
2, 3. Happy birthday, ma. Happy birthday.
Oh, I feel fulfilled, happy. At 75 and everybody is celebrating me. What else do I want? Thanks be to God. I'm very, very happy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I mean, she's been so consistent in this industry. You know, she has remained my source of inspiration. She's as stylish today as she was when I met her like over 40 years ago. You understand? And when she was running that industry called Labanella, you know, when she was actually designing, I was like an ambassador. I wore a lot of her outfits, especially the culottes. You know, so I like her. She's my source of inspiration. She's remained very timeless.
She's a fashion icon, and she's also a life patron of the Fashion Designer Association of Nigeria. She deserves it. The woman is highly talented, she's very intelligent, and she's very creative. And even at her old age, she still makes some things for herself. And she gives designs to younger people. When you see them all around her, she's telling you, no, that doesn't look nice. You know, they have eyes for details. This is where the people with the eyes for details. We're not talking about just making back, and everybody is on the street. No, these are people with eyes for details and fitting. They know what it means for clothes to fit on your body.
And I'm glad that I was here to witness it. You know, knock on wood, she stays around with us for a long time. We thank her for, you know, her contribution to the industry as well. So, and she looked amazing. 75? 75. I always thought 75 I'd be like drooling. She rolled up regal as you wanna. I loved it. So yeah, she looked amazing, and yeah, that was very deserving, of course.
Whether we like it or not, she's an icon. She's been in the industry for a very long time. And I remember as a rookie journalist growing up, I used to cover her events, shows, and she has also inspired a lot of designers. So I think he deserves it, and even more.
In all, it was a fun evening that appreciated the creativity of Nigerian designers and, most importantly, celebrating one of those who paved the way for these designers to follow years ago.
All right, welcome back.